So good day everyone, my name is Rosemary Anacosta and I will be your reporter for tonight, and I am going to talk now about the principle of the behaviorist theory. Kutter and Rutzel 2004 said that behaviorist theory believes that infants learn oral language from other human role models through a process involving imitations, rewards, and practice. Human role models in an infant's environment provide the stimuli and rewards. When a child attempts oral language or imitates the sounds or speech patterns, they are usually praised and given affection for their efforts. Thus, praise and affection becomes the rewards. However, the behaviorist theory is scrutinized for a variety of reasons. So, an example for this is we as a parent, especially to those who has a kid age 1 to 3 years old, we usually teach them the basic words like mama or papa for them to imitate, and once they coping it, we are really proud to them as their parents, and with that, they will started to know more some familiar words through imitation by us. If rewards play such vital components in language development, what about the parents who is inattentive or not present when the child attempts speech? If a baby's language learning is motivated strictly by rewards, would the speech attempts stop merely for lack of rewards? Other cases against this theory includes learning the use and meanings of abstract words, evidence of novel forms of language not modeled by others, and uniformity of language acquisitions in humans. Kutter and Rutzel's 2004 said. Behaviorist theory also used to help clients acquire new coping skills, improve communication, or learn to break maladaptive habits and overcome self-defeating emotional conflicts. That is based for Corsini and Wedding 2000. The behavioral therapist counselor focuses on interpreting the client's behavior, emphasizing a collaborative and positive relationship with the client, and values the use of objectively to assess and understand the client. Next, we have the background of behaviorist theory. According to history, behaviorist theory had its beginning in the early 1900s, became established as a psychological approach in 1950s and 1960s. A number of people that have contributed to the development of behaviorist theory are Ivan Pavlov, 1849 to 1936, Edward Thorndike, 1874 to 1949, Jen B. Watson, 1878 to 1958, B.F. Skinner, 1904 to 1958. So those are some people who have contributed to the development of behaviorist theory. And next, we have the concept of behavioral theory. Behavioral theory is based on the belief that behavior is learned. Behaviors can be measured, trained, and changed. All behaviors are acquired through conditioning. Conditioning occurs through interactions with the environment. Behavioral theorists believe that our responses to the environment stimuli shapes our behavior. Now let's move on to the behaviorist view of the nature of people. Beliefs. Children are influenced and changed as biological entities by things that happen to them. Ayon yan kay Skinner, 1971. Human beings are neither good nor bad. They are merely products of their environment. People are only capable of making responses and patterns of behavior that they have learned. Therefore, since human behavior is learned, any or all behavior can be unlearned and new behaviors learned in its place. Unacceptable behaviors can be unlearned. This process of unlearning or re-education is what involves the behavioral counselor. Next, we have the key concepts behavioral theory of counseling. Number 1, behavioral counseling is a re-education of relearning process. Adaptive or helpful behavior is reinforced. while maladaptive or unhelpful behavior is extinguished. The counselor's role is to help children achieve their goal through reinforcement. So there are two important concepts central to behavioral theory are classical and operant conditioning. Both are behavior modification techniques. While both result in learning, the processes are quite different. First, let's discuss the classical conditioning. Classical conditioning is one type of behavioral therapy that stems from early theories, Ivan Pavlov's research. Pavlov executed a famous study using dogs, which focused on the effects of learned response, e.g., a dog salivating when hearing a bell, through a stimulus, pairing the sounds of a bell with food. How classical conditioning works. In his famous experiment, Ivan Petrovich Pavlov noticed dogs began to salivate in response to a tone after the sounds had been repeatedly paired with presenting food. He quickly realized that this was a learned response and set out to further investigate the conditioning process. Classical conditioning involves pairing a previously neutral stimulus such as the sounds of a bell with an unconditioned stimulus, a taste of food. This unconditioned stimulus naturally and automatically triggers salivating as a response of the food, which is known as the unconditioned response. After associating the neutral stimulus and the unconditioned stimulus, the sound of the bell alone would start to evoke salivating as a response. The sounds of the bell is now known as the conditioned stimulus, and salivating in response to the bell is known as the conditioned response. So as you can see in the picture, this is how dog training works. So food, magre-response na yung dog, and then bell, magre-response na ulit siya. And then bell plus food equals response ulit ng dog, then bell, response ulit ng so parang ano lang, kumbaga ay mag-rotation. Another one is the operant conditioning, or also known as instrumental learning. Operant conditioning was developed by B.F. Skinner. The process whereby learned responses are controlled by the consequences, written 2007.